The debt ceiling, also known as the debt limit, is a legal limit set by the government on the total amount of money it can borrow to finance its operations and meet its financial obligations. It serves as a mechanism to control government borrowing and ensure fiscal responsibility. When a government spends more money than it collects in revenue, it creates a budget deficit. To finance this deficit, the government must borrow money by issuing treasury securities such as bonds, notes, and bills. These securities are bought by investors, including individuals, financial institutions, and foreign governments, who lend money to the government in return for periodic interest payments and the eventual repayment of the principal. The debt ceiling sets a maximum threshold on the outstanding amount of debt that the government can have at any given time. It is determined by the legislative body and typically requires periodic approval or adjustment. If the government reaches or exceeds the debt ceiling, it cannot issue additional debt to meet its financial obligations. When the debt ceiling is reached, the government faces a potential funding gap, meaning it may not have enough money to cover all its expenses, such as paying salaries, funding programs, servicing existing debts, and meeting other obligations like Social Security payments and Medicare benefits. To avoid defaulting on its obligations, the government must take measures to continue funding its operations. These measures can include implementing spending cuts, increasing revenue through tax hikes or other means, or employing accounting maneuvers to free up temporary cash. Additionally, the government can seek to raise or suspend the debt ceiling through legislation, allowing it to borrow beyond the previous limit. The debt ceiling has been a source of political debate and negotiation in many countries, including the United States. Disagreements and delays in raising the debt ceiling can lead to uncertainty in financial markets, erode investor confidence, and potentially result in credit rating downgrades for the country. It's important to note that the debt ceiling is different from the budget deficit or national debt. The debt ceiling sets a legal limit on borrowing, while the budget deficit represents the difference between government spending and revenue in a given fiscal year. The national debt is the cumulative total of all outstanding government debt over time.